The rebuilding of Notre Dame, the Catholic symbol that is famous around the world, will take time. The national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux, Christopher White, joins us now to discuss those plans and safety precautions for other high-profile churches. Christopher, thank you so much for being with us. We were all stunned by this. What has been the reaction to the plans to rebuild the cathedral here in the U.S.?
Liz, I think everyone is saying we must rebuild and we want to do our part. The University of Notre Dame out in South Bend, who has no formal relationship with the Basilica in Paris, has said they're going to kick in $100,000 right away. The Basilica of the National Shrine in Washington, D.C. have said they're going to help spearhead some fundraising efforts. So we've already seen just an immediate outpouring in the first 24 hours.
Christopher, adding to the extent of this tragedy, it comes at the beginning of a very important time for Catholics. This is Holy Week. This will obviously cause problems with celebrating liturgy. What are the contingency plans, if you know?
Yeah, Liz, one of the things is the immediate question is, where are all the folks that flock to Paris to attend the Holy Week liturgy going to go? And so Archbishop Michel Aupetit of Paris said today that tomorrow the Chrism Mass will take place in Saint-Sulpice, which is one of Paris's most historic churches. It's just about a mile from the Cathedral of Notre Dame. We don't know about the rest of the Holy Week schedule, but I guess they're taking it one day at a time, as you might imagine.
Now, with all this being said, a new spotlight has been put on fire safety for other high-profile churches, as you might imagine, and that includes St. Patrick's Cathedral here in New York, St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. What measures, if any, are in place to prevent another tragedy like this?
Yeah, there's one of the things Cardinal Dolan spoke about today. He said, one of my first thoughts is, my gosh, could this happen to our own beloved cathedral here in New York? And he said, fortunately, because of the massive restoration project that was just completed a few years ago, new sprinklers were installed and the wood at the top replaced with some flame retardant. And so they're much more optimistic that should such a tragedy take place in New York, that it could withstand it better. In Rome, the same situation. Fortunately, the Basilica in Rome has been restored more recently than that of Notre Dame.
All right. Well, faith, hope, and optimism. Thank you so much, Christopher.